Hello kids, good morning once again. We've met once again on mathematics. Good. We are going to do division. I hope we started but we did not finish. We are going to continue. And even when we started, I said that division means what? Sharing or separation. Good. Now, if you want to buy something for a number of people, you have to know the number of people so that you know the amount or the number of things that you buy for those number of people. Good. Now, and we have some terms in division, which we stated that it is the first one is the divisor, the dividend, and the quotient. Good. You have the divisor, the dividend, and the quotient. And I even made an example like maybe 24 divided by 2 is equal to what? 12. And I said this is the dividend. The dividend, this will be the divisor. And the answer that you get is the quotient. The answer that you get is the quotient. Okay, good. Now, this is the other way of solving division question. But we are going to talk about long division this time around. And the same way that they've arranged the terms used in the other one is the same way that we use in the in the long division. Now, assuming we have this or maybe 24. Okay, good. Now, the same arrangement. We have this is the divisor. This is the divisor, this is the dividend. And the answer that you get is the quotient. Okay, I think this thing, we talked about it the last time that we met. Good. So we have the divisor, which is the number dividing through the dividend. Okay, so this is the amount of things that you are going to share. The dividend is the amount of items. Dividend is the amount of items that you are going to share. And the divisor is the number of people sharing the amount of items. Okay, I'm going over it again. I said the dividend is the amount of items that you are going to share. The dividend is the amount of items that you are going to share. Okay, and the divisor is the number of people sharing the number of items here. The divisor is the number of people. So 2 people are sharing 24 oranges. Okay, so the divisor is the number of people sharing the number of items here. And after sharing among themselves, what each of them will get is what we call the quotient. After sharing the oranges or the items here, what each person will get is what we call the quotient. And we said it is called each person will get 12. But when you come to the long division, you don't just write the answer like unlike this one, maybe 24 divided by 2. Then you write out 12. The long division is not like that. You have to work it through. Okay, so and it has to follow some steps. The long division has to follow some steps. Okay, now always I tell you that when you are solving a question on long division, though when you are subtracting numbers, you start from the ones before we move to the tens, or we start from the backwards before we move to what? Good. Now this time we are starting it from the 2. We are moving forward. Okay, from forward to what? Backward. So 2 will divide 2, 2 will divide 4. Okay, so but you have to solve the first dividend first. Okay, the first dividend, you have to solve it. Now 2 divides 2 how many times? You said once. 2 divides 2 once. Then after dividing the 2 to the 2, you multiply the divisor with the quotient that you've gotten here. The first quotient that you've gotten here. Between 2 times 1 will give us what? 2. Now after multiplying the 2 by this one, the answer that you get, just write it right under the first dividend. Okay, right under the first dividend. Then you subtract. You subtract. 2 minus 2 will give us what? 0. Good, 0. Now we have a number here. This one is just a simple division. You can write your 4 here. Okay. Now, how many times can 2 go into 4? Or 2 divides 4 how many times? 2 times. 2 divides 4 2 times. So you write it there. 2. When you finish, you multiply this divisor with the 2 that you've gotten there. So 2 to 4. You come and write your 4 here. You subtract. You get your 0. You can write your 0 or your dash. You are done. This one is very simple. I'll go over it again. I said this is the dividend. This is the divisor. And the answer you've gotten here is the quotient. Divisor, dividend, and the quotient. And I said, when you say the dividend is the number of items that you are going to share. Okay? The number of items that you are going to share among yourselves or among ourselves. Good. And the divisor is the number of people. The divisor is the number of people that are going to share the number of items here, or that are going to share the dividend. Okay. Now, and when you are solving a question under long division, you have to do it according to, you have to start from the first number on your left. The first number on your left. And what is the first number on our left? Which is what? 2. So we said 2 will divide 2 how many times? Once. We wrote our 1 here. 2 goes into 2 once. When you say divide, 2 divides 2 means 2 will go into 2 how many times? Say once. You write your 1 there. Now after writing the 1 on top, you multiply the divisor with the quotient that you've got, which is the 1, the first quotient. 2 1 2, and we wrote it here. 2 1 2. So we are going to subtract the 2 that we had from the dividend. That's what we have here, or we have here. So 2 minus 2 is what? 0. Nice one. Now we are moving to the next number, which is 4. But this time around, we are not going to divide the 2 through the 4 here, but you rather shift the 4 down. Okay, we are shifting the 4 down. So the 4 here has been shifted down. Good. Now 2 divides 4 how many times? Said twice or 2 times. 2 divides 4 twice or 2 times. So we write it there. After writing our 2, we multiply the divisor with the quotient 2 here. The quotient 2 here. So 2 to 4. Now we've gotten our 4 as our what? Multiplicand. Okay, so 4 minus 4 will also give us 0. So now our quotient, this is what we want. But if you don't go through this process, you don't get the answer. Okay, that is in long division. If you don't go through this process, you don't get your quotient. Good. But this time around, we are going to solve long division. That will get our decimal, or we get our answer as our what? Decimal, or we get our answer in decimals. Good. Let's take a question like 99 divided by 2. 99 divided by 2. And as I said earlier, you have to start dividing from the first number on your what? On your left. Good. Now 2 divides 99 how many times? Or 2 goes into 9. 2 goes into 9 how many times? You are dividing through the first 9. 2 goes into 9 how many times? 4. 4. Good. 2 will go into 9 4 times. If you are confused, you can just do your 9 zeros. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. Now I have my 9 zeros. And they are saying that how many times will 2 go into 9? Okay, so you just group them. You group them. This is our first 2. You name it. 1, our second 2. 2, our third one. 3, our fourth one will be 4, which is remainder of what? 1. Okay, so 2 went into 9 4 times. So 2 4 8. 2 times 4 will give us what? 8. So you come and write your 8 down, and you subtract. You bring your minus sign. Good. Now, after grouping our 2's in the 9, we had 4, but there was a remainder. It means when you subtract 8 from 9, it will be left with what? 1. Now we write our 1 down. 8, 9 minus 8 is what? 1. Good. Now we have another number right beside the what? Or another dividend number. This time around you shift it up because there's a remainder here. If you could remember, when we added 0 and we added the 4 to the 0, which is the same as what? 4. But this time around, when you shift the 9 to this place, it will be what? 19. We see it to be 19. We don't see it to be 9 anymore. 19. Good. So this time around, the 2 is not going to divide the second 9. The second dividend 9. But rather, we move down here. The 19. How many times will 2 go into 19? Or how many times will 2 divide 19? If you want to do it fast, you can go according to the process I did here. So 2 times what will give us 19? Or 2 going into 19, how many times? 9. 9. 9. Now we are going to multiply the 2 by the 9. Okay, we are multiplying the 2 by the 9. 2 9. 2 times 9 will give us what? 18. 2 9, 18. Good. So we write our 18 down here. After multiplying, we write the answer down here. You know we are writing here. 2 9, 18. Okay. Now we are going to subtract the 18 from the 19. This is where the decimal point comes in. Now we are going to have our first what? Decimal what? Point. Look good. We are subtracting the 18 from the what? 19, which will be left with what? 1. Okay. Now we've gotten 1. 2 cannot divide 1. Okay. 2 cannot divide 1. So what you do is just bring your point here. That is what we call the decimal point. Bring your point here and add 0 to the 1, making what? 10. Now the 1 has now turned to what? 10 because of the point here. Because there was a remainder. We can't just leave the remainder like that. Okay, we have to what? Right, get an answer for it. Good. So the point here, the 0 here is representing the point here. Good. Now we are going to divide the 2 to the what? 10. The number that we've gotten here. So 2 divides 10 how many times? 2 going to 10 how many times? 5 times. Okay, 5 times. The 5 will come after the decimal point. The 5 will come after the what? Decimal point. Now that we've gotten our answer to be 5, you multiply the 2 by the what? By the 5. 2, 5, 10. 2 times 5 will give us what? 10. Then you write your 10 down. You subtract. 10 minus 10 will give us what? 0. You are done. So we had our answer to be 49.5. After dividing the 99 by what? 2. We had what? 49.5. Good. Now I will end my explanation here. There will be some questions right after this video. Please solve it and send it to 0245 133 121. My numbers will be also added to it. Please don't put it on the page. Send it through the number. Thank you.